Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm so glad to be off of that dang drifting void ship. Someone in the comment section replied that was a pretty tough area to do, especially if you are at the higher difficulty levels. Now, I am just on normal, but it was still difficult. But we made it through, and we're now back on the ship. It seems like we've been gone forever. So I was just checking over what we have in our journal. We have so many things we've got to take care of. And we don't have any new rumors. I was a little surprised at that, considering our conversation with the dying tech priest on the void ship. But we do have something under contracts. There's this one. Kalkazar's servants have been buying top-quality plasteel and transporting it to an unknown location. While the nature of the Lord Inquisitor's secretive grand-scale manufacturing remains unknown, the names of those who are assisting him are uttered with great respect, and we happen to have the plasteel because we put down that extractum. So we're going to complete this, and we will add 3 to our profit factor. So we're going to do that. That's definitely worth it. Contract completed. Yes. First today, we are going to speak to Argenta. Her companion quest that we did a bit ago. It did not complete because we do have to share the warrant of trade with her. So we're going to do that first thing.
Greetings.
Now that we are back on ship and we can get back to other matters, are you ready to accompany me to the warrant chamber? She nods gratefully. Argenta drops to her knees, her hands making the sign of the Aquila. Her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant. A seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest a light in me, grace me. If thou hearest this plea of mine, bless me with wrath of fury and of righteousness. Argenta's voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath. So overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the law of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor. I bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to foes of thine, a fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time, with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first licks of flame in a campfire, a smile blossoms on her lips. When she opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Rogue traitor, we need to talk. Or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth. The truth about how I ended up on Theodore von Valencius's ship, and about the cultists we encountered on Footfall. I knew it. I knew she was not telling me something right. I'm listening. Please understand, I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story, and you will see why. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving on the Expanse and on footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquary I had been assigned to safeguard was well protected already by Hieronymus's mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will, in a way. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime. For a rogue trader, the planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. Please continue. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. Seemed very similar to a world from an ancient legend. The legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Argenta, the living saint. She is my patroness. The order named me after her. She died millennia ago when heretics caused her ship to fall from the sky. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or her holy relic, the one star. For the fallen ship, which now served as the resting place for the saint's remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter. All others would meet their death. Imagine what I felt when this flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts, and suddenly I myself, named after the saint, came across this information. I realized that it was important, that I must journey to the planet and find the ship. So I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet, Salus Prime. I imagine Theodora was thrilled with the prospect. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and so she took me with her. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely he could have helped you with the search for the ship and the remains. Oh, I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was important revealed to me personally. Can't you see? I told him the honest truth, that I was going on a personal pilgrimage. It really was that. If I had found the ship and set foot on its decks, if I had laid my hand on her remains, it would have been a sign that I truly had been blessed. Okay. I'm still a little bit upset about this whole mess. Your actions were driven by hubris, Argenta. It's as if you wanted to keep your discovery all to yourself. She bites her lip. You suspect me of unworthy urges? Well, I will accept this reproach and try my best to think on it. The sisters know the meaning of humility. So what happened next? Defeat. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note. I was expecting this, though, according to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. We landed in a small unit provided by Theodora. I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of mountains and rivers, and I was certain that I'd found the way to the ship. That's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic shrine on footfall, something about ways, doors, pleads addressed to some lord, the edge of daybreak. They were the same words as those spoken by the cultists who attacked us. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people, it was only by a miracle that I didn't perish with them. I didn't connect the events at first. The cultists on footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacking the ship, and Coonrod's betrayal. What if these were all links in the same chain? What if I led those heretics to the planet? Well, sadly, the only one who might have those answers, Coonrod, escaped. Yes, and I sincerely hope that we will meet him again. That serpent needs to answer before he's plunged into cleansing flame. So, how did you manage to escape? Theodore's people received a distress call and came to my rescue. I was already severely wounded, fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. They took me to the shuttle and pulled out. When I came to, we were already in the middle of a warp jump. Theodora had urgent matters, of course. She decided that she would clear out the planet at a later time. So, that's why you didn't trust me? Yes, I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the archenemy. I couldn't be forthright with you, so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruption. Or the light of righteousness. What did you find? A woman who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultist on footfall. Just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found St. Argenta's ship. Is that right? Yes. I was told the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet, and plotting a new one would take a great deal of time. In any event, the route was lost, and all knowledge of it died in the attack on the ship along with the old navigator. Tell me, rogue trader, will you help me? Will you help me find this relic? Oh, God, just all I need is more stuff. Anya's just thinking to herself that will this ever end with this woman? She's not even a good fighter. Oh, goodness, let's see. I think I have to say this, number 4. Even though I'd like to say number 5. If the accursed final dawn is involved again, it is my duty to help you. That cult must be reduced to ashes throughout the entire Coronis expanse. So be it, rogue trader. As I stand here before the warrant, the embodiment of the Emperor's will, marked by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned. All right, we completed that quest. We need to talk to Jay. Going to be bringing her with us instead of Argenta. So let's get this out of the way.
Allow me to thank you again for helping me with the cargo, Sherin. I am sure the Ashmags who squirreled away my goods won't give up so easily, and I'll hear more about their scheming yet. Let's strike a deal, Sherin. I will watch your back if you do me a favor and watch mine. Well, enough jokes. Is there something you wanted?
Do you have business you wish to discuss with me?
Oh, Shireen, I did manage to spark your interest. Allow me to invite you to a more private place. My words are meant for your ears alone.
Alrighty then. Shireen, the Exalted One himself brought us together the day you crossed Vladim's threshold. He led us to the cargo and gave his blessing for its return. Do you know what people on my world say when such thing happens? What's gained is to be shared with your neighbor. She points at the containers in front of her. One contains a polished Eldari rifle, a rare model, and the other holds an ornate sword. I am sharing what I've gained with you. Please accept these humble gifts in honor of our wildly successful, though suddenly struck friendship. Alright, so we got some stuff. Well, now we have to be proficient in an Eldari weapon to use that. And what is this? It's a Drukari weapon. Okay. I don't think we have proficiency in either one of those, but I accept it with gratitude. Thank you. I knew you would appreciate the Xenos mastery of their craft. After a brief pause, she awkwardly continues. So, the matter I wanted to discuss with you is related to my business. You know that I sell Xeno artifacts to interested Imperial subjects and Imperial trinkets to Xenos. Business is going well. My network runs even without my participation. But when it comes to expansion, well, that's where I hit a wall. Rivals, envious of my success. Falco, especially. I'm certain the theft of the cargo was his doing. But I can never predict what that Ashmag will do next. And while the Imperium's authority may be fragmented in the expanse, it could crack down on people of my profession at any moment. All right, go on. If the rogue trader put in a good word for me with the servants of the Adeptus Administratum, I could become an official trade representative of the Imperium. Just imagine it. A little scrap of paper will offer me and my agents protection against Ashmak's schemes. Far better than any refractor field. And even the Inquisition will have to think twice before they mess with me, because I'll be a representative of the law in my own right. And the best part of it all is that this will cost you precisely nothing, Shireen. All you have to do is stop by the Administratum Palace and obtain a certificate from the Master of Seals. My informants tell me that the palace is located on Dargonas, your capital world. You see how everything's aligned so wonderfully? And, of course, I will repay you in kind. All right, I guess I could help you become legit. You're gonna be coming along with me anyway and helping out, so we'll see. We'll see how you do, my dear. Exalted One bless you, Shireen. I couldn't find a better business partner in all the expanse. And you will have no complaints about our friendship, Shireen. I may not be a trade representative of the Imperium just yet, but I can still help you with whatever you need. You must have some faction in mind. The severe Drusians? The hot-headed pirates of the Casablanca? You merely need to use the right words, like a key for a lock, and people will open their hearts to you, or their wallets. I will arrange everything. You merely have to ask. Not a problem, Shireen. I will have my people put in a good word for you in the right circles. Oh my God, we just got 2,000 faction with the Drusians. I will humbly wait until you steer your vessel toward Dargonis, the Mercantum Tabula officially. It sounds almost majestic as the warrant of trade. Okay. Once we get to the planet, we got somebody else we can talk to. All right, let's leave this place. Pleasure to see you, Lord Captain. How may I be of assistance? Let's see. I would like to, this right here. Drusians, look at that. Let's see. I don't recall what, oh yes, the holy gifts and the jewelry. Well, we have jewelry. Let's go ahead and sort in ascending order. I gotta dump this fuel somewhere. Okay. There's more holy gifts there. And there. Okay. Get an additional 1,300. Let's see what we can pick up here. Enforcer helmet. All targets of taunting screams suffer. You know what? Heinrichs does that a lot, that taunting scream. So we're going to pick that up for him. And this scroll grants 15 bonus to Imperium lore. Well, we're going to pick that up. I'm not sure who I'm going to give that to. I guess we ought to check that out. And that's all we needed. Heinrichs. Now, he's already got this one. Penalty to perception for any attacks against him. But I think this would be more useful. This right here, who's Imperium? He's only got 30. What do I have? I have 50. I think this is the same slot. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Where is Abelard on that? We'll give it to Abelard. We can put it on this side. So we'll give it to him. He's already got a helmet. What about Jay? Does she have a helmet? She does not. So we will give that to her. Let's go back and look at our map. So we have to go back here. We can't just go here. I want to chart new routes from here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Now we can go directly there, or we can go here. Oh. Fox Master Victus. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day, her presence has been a disturbance. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Deliver your report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urag 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot himself. Oh my goodness. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions, and the void ship was thrown off course for a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions: hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. Oh, okay. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, no details. If you like, you can ask Master Werserin directly. Things are worse with Jay. Oh? Now this I'm interested in. I'm about ready to take her on my team. I intercepted a voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, end that kasha, if she ever saw her again. Oh. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all. That's why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her. Please do so for the sake of the crew's safety. Oh, Lord. Okay, we have arrived. But we are going to leave the episode here and visit Trinitos system next time. Thank you for joining me. Please give a like and subscribe. Take care all. Bye-bye.